members of the Ministry's conciliation team, members of the media, comrades, all members of the company's management, good afternoon. The first thing we wish to say is that we in the Unfazed Workers Trade Union, we believe that we have struggled for and settled a good package for all of the workers we represent of the Petroleum Company of Trinidad and Tobago. We are satisfied that we have been able to break the mold of the 5%. We think that it is significant. We have always said, time and again, and especially from inception, that we are not prepared to accept any 5%, regardless of the cause or consequences. And I want to say clearly that we were prepared to go to war against whomsoever was prepared to impose that on us unjustifiably so. We insist that the workers deserve more than 5%, and we were able to prove that by virtue of the level of struggle and commitment by the workers to ensure that they get their just due. Whomsoever want to settle for 5%, that's their business. Whomsoever want to settle for 5% and little sweeteners here and there, we settle for 9% increase across the board, straightforward. No hiding of any benefit to make up 9% to please anybody. Ours has always been and will continue to be our effort to please and to represent to the best extent that we can the workers whom we have the responsibility to represent. And despite what anybody say, we insist that the Petroleum Company of Trinidad and Tobago, its workers, they are the ones who create the wealth, and therefore they are the ones who ought to be treated with a high level of dignity and respect. And we insist that to the extent that we were prepared to take strike action against the company to ensure that workers get their just due. Well, it is now history that we have settled without having to recourse to take strike action. I just want to again say that as we close these negotiations, we look forward to negotiating the new period. And we will attend to those negotiations in the new period with the same amount of vigor, the same amount of commitment as we did in this period, ensuring that the workers also in that new period get their just due. Let me thank publicly all of the workers whom the drafters were saying that they were not prepared to engage in strike action. I want to thank all of the workers. Without the high level of commitment to struggle on the part of all of those workers. Those workers know nothing else but ensuring that they teach anybody who want to interfere and to prevent them from getting their just due, teach them the necessary lessons. And as we said before, these negotiations exposed many things. I joined with the company's management team headed by its Vice President, Mr. Arsenal, to go about the process of healing. But immediately say that we in these negotiations, we were able to expose the extent to which the government was prepared to go to take action against workers, all of whom they committed to do different to before they got into governance. And there are some things that we witnessed that we will not forget despite the fact that we signed this collective agreement. But again, we are happy that good sense prevailed on the part of those who were strangleholding these negotiations, and they allowed for the free collective bargaining process to take place. And we have always maintained that once that is allowed to take place, we will arrive at a just and fair and decent settlement in the interest of the workers we represent. So I want to again thank my officers and members of the negotiating team who worked through the night last night and who supported the union's position throughout these negotiations, thus ensuring that we arrive at a settlement. Thank you very much, and we look forward to the implementation, the quick implementation of this and the rebuilding of the Petroleum Company of Trinidad and Tobago. A major struggle we will have on our hands is to remove Petrotrin from the chopping block that it is placed on in the interests of political investors and party supporters and so on. We will do all that is necessary to ensure that the company is protected, preserved in the interests of the workers and certainly in the interests of the rest of Trinidad.